Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this transfer news claiming that super agent Josh Mendes recommends this 60 million euro rated player by name Manuel Ugarte, who is also showing interest in Chelsea and PSG. Barcelona are strongly linked. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Messi, as manager Xavi says, Barca should leave Messi alone until he makes his final decision, as well as Xavi talks about Bernardo Silva as a possible alternative if Messi doesn't come. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona's already very tough job in the summer transfer market has already become much more difficult as Sergio Busquets has announced his departure from the club at the end of the season. Xavi wanted the veteran to continue at the club for another season so they could garner funds and scout the market properly for a defensive midfielder up until next window. He also considered Busquets' experience vital to a rather young and hungry team. They have been looking multiple places in their search for a defensive midfielder and have the likes of Martin Zubimendi, Joshua Kimmich, Sofian Amrabat, Ruben Neves, among others, on the radar. No official move for any player has been made yet, though as La Liga are yet to approve Barca's financial feasibility plan for the transfer market. Meanwhile, Barcelona have been recommended another number 6 by none other than super agent Josh Mendes. The Portuguese believe Sporting Lisbon's Manuel Ugarte would be ideal for Barcelona, according to Sport. He has urged the Catalan board to chase his signature. Barcelona certainly like Ugarte's profile and are considering him as one of the options to reinforce that position, but he is not their priority target now. They do not want to rush into signing him, even though there are multiple clubs in the race. Chelsea and PSG are two of the interested parties, both ready to shell out 60 million euro for his signature. The former could face problems with financial fair play, though, after spending a fortune last summer. Barcelona have a good bond with Sporting, a club that fully controls Mendes. In case of any genuine interest, the Blaugranas would receive priority from the Portuguese giants. Zubimendi is a priority for Xavi in that position, but his release clause stands at 60 million euros, which will be absolutely non-negotiable. While Ugarte's price tag is around a similar fee, Barca might be able to haggle Sporting on to a more favorable number. The battle for a new DM continues to intensify as more players enter the radar, and at the end of the day, it becomes more difficult to choose. Even though, yeah, Barca have players that they know that they can be affordable, like maybe Ruben Neves, but it's not Xavi's priority target. Zubimendi, who is Xavi's priority target, is quite expensive. 60 million euros is too much, according to Barca. And knowing fully well that the financial state of the club is really down, we can't pay such an amount. Same as this guy we're talking about, Manuel Ugarte. He plays for Sporting Lisbon, and Josh Mendes is his agent. Despite a good relationship that Laporta has with Mendes, Xavi does not still see Ugarte as the profile he needs, despite Josh Mendes recommending the player to join Barca. So there's still a lot to be decided upon when we talk about the DM. Of course, it is no secret that manager Xavi prioritizes a new DM than any other position in the coming summer window. Even more than the right back. Xavi himself said it openly that now the priority in the summer window will be a new defensive midfielder. So let's see how it goes. There's still a lot to be done, a lot to be decided, and it's going to be a very hectic window. There's no doubt about that, because the right back position is another position that Barca needs to strengthen. Maybe an alternative striker, because Lewandowski cannot keep doing everything alone without any bench. For a striker, we need that. of course, a left winger. There is no left winger in this team, honestly, because we have players like Ferran Torres. They don't do well in that position. Ansu Fati out of form completely. We need a good, proper left winger. Players like Yannick Carrasco have been linked, but nothing has been said of that so far. So there are certain areas that Barca needs to strengthen. Even the left back, a proper left back that can also play as second fiddle to, to Alejandro Balde is still another option that Barca can strengthen, despite having Marcos Alonso, who for me I think has not been up to the mark at all in his first season as a Barca player. So let's see how it goes for the window. Barcelona waiting for the viability plan. If La Liga should give a green light, then it's gonna be good because Messi signing will be very easy after that. But nothing can be said as of now. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barcelona have several positions to reinforce ahead of the transfer window, which should make for a very interesting summer for the club and fans likewise. They will need to reinforce depth at right back, defensive midfield, striker, and a central midfielder. They cannot make any official move in the market right now, though, as La Liga has not approved the financial feasibility plan. The league has been delaying a decision for a while, which means Barca are stuck at crossroads as it stands. Xavi confirmed though that they should know better about the situation by next week. He said the priority would be a defensive midfielder, but we also need a striker and a midfielder and a right back. I think that next week we will know exactly what situation we have, Xavi said to Mundo Deportivo. Xavi also spoke about Messi, who is seemingly the hot topic of discussion in Barca right now. With a player set to leave PSG on a free transfer this summer, Barca are in hot pursuit of his signature, but have to jump over a ton of hurdles. He said, Messi has the door open out. I know that he will help us a lot if he decides to come, but perhaps we have to leave him alone now. He told me that he will make a decision next week. I want him back 100%, Xavi confirmed. Messi has gone from playing as right winger to false nine to back, to the wing, to playing as a second striker and eventually attacking midfield over the course of his career. Xavi assures the fans that he will have no problems fitting into his Barca side. He said Messi can adapt to many positions. He can play as a winger, he can play as an interior, he can play as false nine. I think we lack some talent in the final third, and Leo always gives it to you. Further, his leadership would go a long way in helping Barca. He said, Leo is always a natural leader. He would adapt perfectly to the circumstances. He has been captain for this club. He has been the best player in history and obviously of this club. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.